On the embattled chairman of CBS, Les Moonves, the CBS board is letting him keep his job for now as they launch an outside investigation into sexual misconduct allegations. And overnight, CBS star Stephen Colbert tackled the issue head on. ABC's Eva Pilgrim is here with the story. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, George. This morning, Les Moonves still at the helm of CBS. Overnight, the corporation he's been running for 15 years announcing it will hire outside counsel to investigate sexual misconduct claims against him. 6 women have come forward claiming Moonves made unwanted sexual advances toward them, ranging from kissing to sexual assault. Overnight, one of Les Moonves' network's top stars tackling the topic head on.
Well, you know the old saying, how do you get in a Ronan Farrow article? Practice, practice, practice.
Stephen Colbert calling the CBS CEO his guy, but adding that there is still a need to hold powerful men like him accountable.
And I like working for him. But accountability is meaningless unless it's for everybody, whether it's the leader of a network or the leader of the free world.
On Monday, Moonves' wife, Julie Chen, one of the network's biggest personalities, host of both Big Brother.
Good evening, I'm Julie Chen.
And The Talk.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Talk.
Coming to his defense.
Now, some of you may be aware of what's been going on in my life for the last few days.
Chen addressing the allegations against her husband on The Talk, referencing a tweet she put out on Friday, calling him a kind, decent, and moral human being.
I will stand by that statement today, tomorrow, forever.
Moonves isn't the first network executive to come under fire for alleged sexually inappropriate behavior. Former Fox News chief officer Roger Ailes was forced to resign from the network he helped create in July of 2016, 2 weeks after former morning anchor Gretchen Carlson filed a lawsuit against the network for sexual harassment. Ailes denied Carlson's allegations, but ultimately took a $40 million buyout and left the company over the controversy.
CBS is Les Moonves, and Les Moonves is CBS. For him to negotiate an exit, it would be a giant payday for him. Some have speculated up to $300 million.
And now this CBS independent investigation will be looking at more than just the Moonves allegations. It will also be looking into the corporate culture at the company. Amy.
All right, Eva, thank you. Our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams, is here along with employment attorney Nancy Erika Smith, who represented Gretchen Carlson in her sexual harassment suit against former Fox News CEO Roger Ailes. Good morning to both of you. And Nancy, it looks like, for now, at least, Moonves is staying on at CBS. What's your reaction to that decision?
I think that's a very bad decision. That puts a lot of pressure on the current employees. He's the CEO. If there's an investigation, I don't think it's independent. I think that the board said they were hiring outside counsel, which means their lawyer. The New Yorker reported that their chief compliance officer said it was still Betsy Plevin, who was allegedly investigating Mr. Rose since May 3rd. She's a defense lawyer. She spent her career defending harassers and employers. So I don't think that's the best independent investigator, and I think it puts a lot of pressure on current employees if they're being interviewed about their existing boss.
And you mentioned Charlie Rose, Nancy. It's interesting, Dan, because CBS, as we know, was very quick to act against the allegations against Mr. Rose. Doesn't seem to be quite the case, at least for now, against Les Moonves. What do you think his chances are of keeping his job, Dan?
I think they're very slim. That long term, for example, I think it's slim that in a year from now, Les Moonves will still be running CBS. I would assume that this is an effort by the board to negotiate some sort of agreement with him to step down. And that would include a payout, whether it's $300 million or a lot less than that. I would expect that that's what's going on. But look, let's remember, this is a different situation than Charlie Rose. And I think it's important that we not lump all of these in and say, well, this happened here and this happened here, and we have to do this exactly the same thing in every case. That doesn't mean that that should dictate what happens here. But this is a different case than Charlie Rose. And I think that the board, this just happened, and I don't expect it's going to take a long time to resolve it.
And Nancy, I saw you shaking your head when you hear about the payouts. I mean, you've worked, obviously, with Gretchen Carlson and other women. Talk about how difficult it is for them to step forward, and then to hear about these payouts, how that impacts.
It's outrageous. What about all the women whose career he's actually ruined? Ileana Douglas discusses never having another job at CBS. These men walk away with millions and millions of dollars, $40 million from Mr. Ailes, after decades of harassing women. It's outrageous, and the women don't land on their feet. They're blackballed in the industry. So I find it outrageous that they're talking about paying him. Why don't they hire back all the women he harassed? Why don't they hire Gretchen Carlson? Let's put women back where they belong. Who knows the cultural influences we've lost, the stories that are never going to be told because women were forced out of their jobs for complaining about harassment.
And one of the interesting questions is going to be, if there are more lawsuits moving forward, right? What happens in these cases is you see something like this open the door.
Right, one person says, okay,
and then,
safe
right,
to say
exactly.
my story.
And then you hear more stories coming forward. And if that happens, I think they'll immediately take action, meaning if there's some sort of, suddenly a cascade of additional people coming forward.
And this is huge for CBS because, he is CBS. I mean, how does this impact the network and the media in general?
Well, look, yes, he is CBS. Yes, he's been an incredible leader of CBS as a sort of content and kingmaker, et cetera. But they'd be able to survive without Les Moonves there.
Roger Ailes was Fox News, and Fox News survived him leaving.
He was even more, and Roger Ailes was even more Fox News than Les Moonves is CBS.
But in terms of other women coming forward, we have even admittedly NDAs. We have non-disclosure agreements at CBS, and we have mandatory arbitration. And this is what shuts women up and
I know
stops
that's
them
what Gretchen
coming
Carlson
forward.
has been working on from a legislative perspective. Nancy, Dan, thank you. A different Nancy and Dan. Less repetitive. I like this. All right.
This is I like this. Well, I'm just going to say this one's a little more this time of the morning. This time of the morning. This is a more relaxing one.
She's listening right now, Robin.
Yeah, don't check your email or your phone.
Yeah.